Hi, everybody. Hi, intuitive viewers, and then some. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our ladies' night.
Woo woo.
Oh, yes, it's ladies' night. So I should get our theme song. What was I thinking? So we are looking at three amazing women tonight.
And we're not talking about us. We're talking about the
No. Yeah, you'd always think it was us.
A little confusing there, just a little bit, just a tad.
Exactly. But thank you all for joining us. Thank you, everybody. We see you all. Thank you for coming tonight. We really appreciate it. So we're going to do Jackie Kennedy Onassis, Julia Child, and Sacagawea. Right?
Oh, good job at saying that name.
Thank you.
I tried to say it today, but I couldn't. But I can actually say any name.
Sacagawea.
Is it a J or is it a Sacagawea or Sacagawea?
They pronounce it actually kind of like a K. So Sacagawea.
Sacagawea. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Nice.
It took me a few times. Yeah.
Well, good. Okay, everybody. So are you ready? Thank you all for joining us.
So say hi to some of these people, I think.
Yes.
Hello.
Oh, Adam's saying, saying hi to everybody for us.
Hello.
Hi, Clarence.
It was so great. We read on some great women last week and learned a lot of stuff and some good lessons. So,
yep. Powerful. Oh, thank you, Suzanne.
Oh, thank you, Suzanne. Okay, it is working. I don't know. Yes. Thank you, Suzanne, for letting us know it's working.
You all have to know that's her first
super chat.
Suzanne, you gave Kim her first super chat. Yay.
Well, good. So, yes, last week we did, it was really fun and just interesting. I think we were all a little bit, I mean, I was only in on the last one, so you guys will have to speak to the first two, but the last one we did was
Marie Antoinette.
Marie Antoinette, and how just weird the energy was. It was so sad and so just not what I was expecting. After all this time, you'd think it would be a little lighter, but really wasn't. And so I always think that's so interesting, that the energy that you get, especially if it's a public persona, you're expecting one thing, and when you get something else, it's really just so interesting.
I know because you have your own ideas, and then when they come in, they're like, "Oh, hold up, it wasn't like that at all." You're like, "Okay."
It's so interesting.
Lesson from her, just to let go and move on.
Yes.
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 And we also read on Joan of Arc and Marie. We said, who was the other one we read on? Sorry. Harriet Tubman.
Harriet Tubman.
So if you all missed it, go back and check that one out. It is on Andrea's channel, Lilac Lantern Tarot. So check that one out if you missed those three lovely ladies that came in and walked us through some very interesting stories of their lives.
Absolutely.
And gave us messages of empowerment. So please check that out. Yeah.
And and very different, all very different lives, very different stories, really interesting. So, well, good. Well, let's get started then. So we're starting with Jackie Kennedy, right?
Yes. And I'm going to go turn my heater on.
Onassis. Jackie Kennedy Onassis, I have to say.
Jacqueline Bouvier Kennedy Onassis.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Exactly.
And she really needs no introduction, does she? I mean, I think we all know a lot about her, but maybe we don't.
Yeah, that's it. That's why I'm curious to see if what comes through. And I've not seen anyone really read on her since her passing. I don't remember. I haven't seen like any afterlife interviews, anything like that. So it should be interesting. Maybe she'll deny it because she never wanted to talk here. So maybe she'll deny us an interview.
Let's see.
Okay.
Jacqueline Bouvier Kennedy Onassis. That is quite a handle.
And do we have dates? Do we have dates on her? like birthday and death date? Just
I can look it up. Let me
if you don't know, that's okay. I just wondered if we had that.
Yes. There is a piece of my hair sticking out.
Who's that little boy with this
Alfalfa?
You're channeling
That's your alfalfa. Okay, so she was born in July 28th, 1929, and she died May 19th, 1994. We're getting close to her death date, actually. Yeah.
So this month, okay.
Yeah, that's like 9 days from now, May 19th.
Yeah.
What was the 19 what?
The death date was 1994.
94.
And birth date 1929. So,
Lucianne says she was a Leo.
Leo.
Yeah.
Oh, weird. I just heard someone say, thank you for having me. And it sounded just like Jacqueline Kennedy.
Yeah,
that was weird.
You give me the chills because she came in and I'm a little hesitant because, but yeah, very beautiful. She came in very elegant.
Elegant, dignified. I feel very dignified, classy energy.
Yeah. Well spoken. Very. She said that everything was purpose, like all your movements, everything that everything is purposed. But you guys, when she came in, I also got just an overlay of sadness with her, kind of like like this chronic sadness or malaise or low level depression, maybe. You would call that dysthymic, if you want the term for it. But that's the kind of feel I get with her, that she had this low level depression.
Oh, interesting.
I just had to ask her. I said, "How are you doing now?" Destiny. She understands now that she's. I mean, she probably knew a bit while she was here, but she totally understands what her destiny was, who she was supposed to be, and those things that did happen were all part of that. And now she's found joy in this renewal, and I see a sense of calm and understanding. So very, very sort of motherly vibes I'm getting.
That is so weird, Andrea. Okay, because that's
really
weird. Because I'm getting that I feel like her like her life, it's like I was scared all the time. I worried about my kids all the time. I was so scared because of everything that happened. As soon as I got to the other side, I remembered, oh yeah, I was supposed to do this. This was supposed to happen. It's like everything was like came back and then it was okay. It was like everything's okay.
Yeah.
That's really weird, Andrea. So yeah, that
was the first
almost identical to what I was getting. Yeah.
Wow. Roxanne wanted to know, how can she be depressed? She's not depressed now. She's happy now. She's showing me kind of the sense of what it was when she was here. Yeah. So that she did have this low level depression, nothing that you would actually go and get medication for or whatever back in the day, but she definitely suffered from this low level depression.
It just feels like I was scared all the time. I was scared for my kids. I was scared. It's like that trauma never left. So that's probably part of that too, Debbie, is that it's just that, because I do feel like anxiety as well, like just kind of like nervousness and kind of sad.
So what she's showing with this is, she showed this. There's purpose in every move that she made. So what you saw was all purposed and laid out. So what we were able to see was not what she was like behind the closed doors, so to speak.
Right.
They showed what they wanted people to believe, right?
Right.
But you're right. She just showed me the kids. That was her life. Her kids were her life.
Yeah. She just showed me when she got to, I don't know why I'm getting stuff that like when she got to the other side, but as soon as she got to their side, she saw Jack Kennedy met her. And she said she fell into his arms, sobbing. I want to cry.
I want to cry.
I just got literally on body with that.
Because I just asked her what was her relationship like with her husband, John Kennedy. That's what I just pulled, and you just said that. I'm going to cry. So they were peas in a pod together. Good communication. We know it wasn't the perfect relationship, but they understood what it was. Gratitude, extremely grateful for the life she had with him and the children that she bore. Attraction, she was wildly in love with him. And I love this. Forgive that it's bananas, but duality. You could say, even though it was bananas, they were a duo. The duality between them and their lives, they were meant to intersect. Probably one of the most famous couples in the history of.
Oh, for sure. Lucianne says JFK was sexy as hell.
Yeah. He did love him, and I mean that I've just sensed that trauma of that day in the car. What that must have been like. Unbearable.
And it feels like with Onassis, it feels like she really, she loved him, but it was more like a dad. It was more like a father, like a protector. That's what it feels like. It doesn't feel like a love affair like JFK. It doesn't feel like that. It feels like but she did love him. It's like very appreciative and very grateful for him, but it feels very, it feels very different. It feels like a dad. It feels completely different.
Sort of more stable. She wasn't in the limelight as much, right? When she was she was always going to be in the limelight, but she could retreat with her. It was quieter.
You know what she's telling me, you guys? Let's see if you pick up on any of this, but she had an intuitive sense that day when JFK was shot. She, in fact, to the point of, can we not do this? Can we not do this? Get in the car and do this. She was trying to redirect it, but when it's all kind of playing out and you're doing what you're supposed to do, but like just to him, she was like, can we get out of this? She had an intuitive sense, she's saying, that something bad was going to happen.
Oh, awful. I just heard her say, not Bobby too. So I feel like I'm hearing what she said when she heard that, but I'm just hearing her say that. Yeah, the trauma, I can't imagine.
No. And I feel that she just brought me back to always telling her, like, her son, she didn't want him to fly ever. I think she's very intuitive, you guys. I think She definitely had that ability.
I think I felt that a second ago, and exactly what you're saying. It's almost like she knew her destiny, and maybe that's why she had a bit of sadness in her. She didn't know it to verbalize it each time.
Right.
Right.
I think she knew hers was going to be a heavy life.
Mm-hmm.
And that fear for her children, because she knew somehow that was going to happen, knowing about that day in Dallas.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, she carried that heavy burden. That makes sense to that heaviness.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I can tell you, she loved her wardrobe.
I loved her wardrobe too.
Right? Who wore it best? Well, she did.
Yeah.
And she's showing me, she loved those bold colors.
Oh yeah, the 60s was such a colorful decade, so it was really
I love these outfits.
Me too.
So I guess these are 60s, but like the bright cold blue and the bright red and you know what I mean, those and that matching little hat that she, and with her pearls and stuff like that.
Pillbox hat. Mm-hmm.
She loved. Oh, is that what they're called? Yeah.
Yeah.
But she keeps showing me different outfits with this kind of. So I think that was her. That's when she felt the prettiest.
Yeah. Interesting.
I asked her what was her opinion of Lyndon Johnson, the president that took over.
Yeah.
Scheming, planning to get the desk. That's what she could feel it, and that is what happened to her, followed by the tower. She knew something was going on. I'm not, hey, for entertainment purposes only.
Woo.
I'm not saying he had anything to do with it, but
I am.
She sensed, I think she knew it was, she maybe didn't know when, but that day she had a sneaking suspicion.
She had that feeling.
Interesting.
Wow. How awful.
Do you want to ask her what everything that happened, when with the Kennedy assassination and all of that, what was it supposed to teach our nation? Why did it happen? What was the lesson? What were we supposed to get from it?
Yeah, that's a good question, because earlier I was kind of asking her about if you could have changed it. Now looking back, on that side, and she said, it was playing out
right
as it was supposed to.
Exactly.
So, but let's see.
I just got goosebumps.
The lesson for us here.
First card out, the death card.
Yeah.
Disappointment.
It was kind of, she's showing me a shift. And so when I see that shift, we've just gone through a shift, right? With the COVID and that whole thing. So it was kind of a shift in history that kind of adjusted the timeline, so to speak, for us to kind of do that little lip of growth and expansion. Coming out of that time period, out of this, we were, it was 1963. So, coming out of that time period, it was just a part of that shift, because it literally shook the globe when that happened.
Right.
And so just kind of what's happening now. So it was a shift.
The globe upside down. The whole world turned upside down.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
And it was an awakening of some sort. And so I have sense that this is bigger than what my mind can bring on, but.
Right.
I got the seducer. Don't believe everything. Don't believe what you're being told, which we know for entertainment purposes only.
Interesting.
That's interesting, Andrea, because I just got don't let your guard down. So I think there's something about that. I think that's what it was something about, not taking everything at face value and not trusting everybody. I think there's something about that because it's like almost like don't let your guard down.
Yeah, the base of the deck was the moon card. So illusions, delusions. That was a huge event. And the lies and the story that was told about it. I mean, they're still talking about it today. Everyone still wants to know what really happened, right?
Yeah.
Who did it? Why?
Right.
And that's kind of goes back to what she was first bringing in, where she's like, what you saw was purpose. Like it was all played out in purpose. What was happening back here, you don't know, because literally they were living a script out here. Everybody, you know what I mean? Everything.
Right.
So that kind of goes with that illusion delusion thing that you guys are getting right now. Yeah.
Right.
Let's see.
There's something about it's like she's showing me like a road and then it veers like we're going down one road and then we veer to another road. So it's I don't know if it's like the country was going in one direction, but that wasn't, we needed to go down another one to I don't know, to grow up, to to understand that, that we there's other stuff going on that we don't know about.
A couple
so it doesn't like grow up. Yeah. Pardon?
A couple of people are asking, will the truth ever come out about that event?
Okay.
I mean, that could be 200 years from now, so maybe we could see if it'll come out in the next 5 years.
It's interesting because I think just recently we read on JFK. I read with somebody, and we read on JFK, and he was showing this back room, and it was shadow, and these are the people who run the globe, right? That it used to be like that. This back room of wealthy men who
used to be.
Right. But he brought that up. He's like, it's like what you see out here, this puppet, right? This is the truth back here. So I think, bringing this all in together with what she's bringing in, it's pretty interesting, right? They're trying to say what we see is not, to be aware.
Yeah. I feel like she's saying, we will know, but she's saying it's simpler than you think. It's not involved, tons of hands in the pie. It's simpler than we think, but it will come out. It will come out.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Just like Andrea's hair, it will come out. It will pop out.
So I asked if the truth will come out about the murder of JFK in the next 5 years. Guilty, the opposite of new, is old. So it's so old now. I've got the time. So it's getting to that point. And the last card I pulled was yes, which
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's time. I think enough of those people at that time have passed. Those ones who tried to cover it up. Enough of them have passed that the truth can come to light.
Yeah. Yeah.
there's something about too, she said they neglected a warning, that something will come out about that. Like they got some kind of a warning, and that was part of the thing, I guess, that they neglected the warning. They didn't take it seriously or something.
Oh, okay, so yeah.
So there's something about that as well. But I feel like they didn't know that. I feel like it was other people knew. They didn't take the warning seriously. Yeah.
Thank you, Carol. Blessings.
Thank you. But I feel like there might be something. Yeah, she just said but it's simpler than you think. But it's going to come out. But I feel like there's something about the timing of it coming out. It's supposed to come out at a very, not totally specific, but I feel like a specific period of time it's supposed to come out.
Right.
Because it blends with something else that's going to be happening. Yeah. That
makes total sense.
Feel like that? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to ask her if she has a message or a lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, she's saying to me, don't underestimate your voice. We truly do all have a voice, and don't underestimate that. Be sure to like activate your own little superpowers. And so if you want to see change, or if you want to see something happen or make a difference, don't underestimate what you can do to make change. Even if it's just, stuff in envelopes.
Right.
Don't underestimate what you can do to make change, she says.
That's very nice. Yes. I got that choice. The choices you make, the choices that she made, I know she understood destiny, but you have different paths you can go along. There's different roads, right? Think about the choices you make. And what do they mean to you? Why are you making these decisions? The sense from her is to go with your heart. Go with your instinct, your heart, your gut, that feeling.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Don't let others influence you, especially if you don't trust them.
Exactly. Yes.
Like, I think she wishes she would have said, no, we're not going to Texas.
Yeah.
Or we're not riding in an open vehicle.
Right.
Yeah.
It seems to be a theme. Don't underestimate your voice. Thank you, Lorraine. Blessings to you.
Thank you.
You're so kind.
I'm getting something about that. I don't know if she's saying life is short or our time here, like our every life is short. Like our time here is very limited. It's short. So make the most of it. Do what you. I feel like to me, it's like do the things you want to do.
I think she thinks. I think
something like that. It's like
human experience. Your human experience here is short. So
right.
Do what's right for you.
Yes.
And
exactly.
Don't hold back and wait till tomorrow to get to it.
Right.
Yeah. I love that. Very similar messages.
Yeah.
And again, she feels very elegant and fluid. That's how very lovely.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
And very, for me anyway, very approachable. Like not like, you know what I mean? Like not stuffy, not like I'm above you. It's just a very almost a very approachable energy. Very, very, like if you met her, she'd just treat you like,
that's
anybody,
what down to earth, gentle.
Yeah.
Felt very gentle energy. Not like a snob or something like that.
Yeah.
No, exactly. Yeah. Because when you say like elegant, that you maybe think she would be kind of like, above you, but it's not like that at all. She's very approachable, very nice lady.
Yeah. I asked her if she wanted to come back, and she's like, not anytime soon. And she just kind of turns around and just, I love it here. Yeah, I'm loving it here.
Yeah. I felt like that too. I felt like she hasn't come back, and I don't think she will for a while.
Yeah, I don't.
Gonna be a while. I can't blame her.
No.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for doing that, guys.
Beautiful. Yeah. Thank you, Jackie, for coming.
Thank you, Jackie.
Okay.
You know what? She'd be a really good friend.
She would.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Just a really good friend. You could. Yeah. I like that. Okay.
Okay. So Julia Child.
Julia Child is a very interesting life, and I picked this name because Renee had mentioned it the other night. We were chatting about something, and she said Julia Child is a really cool. Could you guys read on her? And I'm like, yeah. So Julia Child, was a very famous chef. Television shows and books. French chef, lots of butter, those kinds of ingredients. But a very, very interesting life before that. So she was born in 1912 in Pasadena, California. She was 6'2".
Oh, wow.
I did not know that. I knew she was tall.
Wow.
I didn't know she was that tall. Yeah.
Wow, that is tall.
So, of course, she played basketball and those sorts of things. When she first got out of college, she was a copywriter in the advertising industry.
Wow. And, this, you guys, you have to understand, this is
way back then. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Then she applied to be in the Army and the Navy, but she was too tall.
Wow.
What?
So she applied to the OSS. OSS is another.
Yeah.
And they let her in, and she was a top secret researcher. I mean, this is fascinating. During World War.
Oh my goodness.
During the Second World War, she got posted in Sri Lanka and was doing top secret stuff in Asia, and then she moved to China and all this other stuff. So, I mean, my goodness.
That is wild.
That's wild. And
thank you, Claudia.
Thank you, Claudia. Blessings.
Eventually, she met her husband, Paul, and he had very fine tastes, especially in food. And they moved to Paris, and that's when the cooking and the learning all of that started.
Wow.
Instead of cooking, it was like opening up the soul and the spirit to me. So I really like that quote. So she completely connected with source and her true authentic self when she started. And cooking is very creative, and that's one of the fastest ways to connect is being creative. And then, exploring all of that. So what I really love about this is that, here you go. She was 49 when she published her first cookbook. 49.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Quite, middle-aged, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. When she started that big part of her career, of her life. So it's never too late. I have goosebumps. It's never too late. Never think that you can't uncover and explore something else. So she's fascinating. That's why I thought it'd be kind of cool. What can we see from her as a woman in, born again in 1912?
Wow.
And able to do all of these, and a 6'2". I'm sure.
Could not have been easy growing up 6'2" girl. Wow. That's crazy.
How old was she when she passed? Because I saw a picture of her right before she passed. She definitely was not. She must have lost a foot.
Julia Child. Let's see. August 13th, 2004.
2004. Okay.
Wow.
So almost 100.
Yeah. I was gonna say, she's like, yeah.
Yeah. So she lost literally about a foot. 91 years old. Okay.
90 something.
Thank you, Andy.
91.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
Can you imagine being an undercover spy in World War II?
I know, that's crazy. That is insane. Yeah, you'd think she'd stand out the crowd.
How fun. Like, just, you know?
Oh my gosh.
So she comes straight in. She, you know, she has like some kind of, but she, you know how you're wiping your hands on a towel after doing something, but in the kitchen or whatever, and she's wiping her hand. What would you like to know?
Well, it's funny, Debbie, because I'm getting like, I loved life. I will be back. I will be back.
Oh, yeah.
That's what she's saying.
Yeah.
She's like, she really enjoyed her life for sure.
I also read that the first show she had was live. They didn't edit it or whatever. It was just as is. And if she made blunders or whatever, she would just be, oh, it's okay. And apparently, you know, people that watch the show, it made them feel good, because even if you make a mistake, it's okay. Or it's not a mistake. It's just, you know, it's just life.
Right. Right.
I love that. Yeah.
I think that's probably what made her so relatable, right? Is that willingness to show that side, you know?
I also feel she has a sense to me, like kind of what she's showing me and making me feel is that she also is very progressive in her thinking, as far as the times.
Mm.
Like literally, you probably could, you know, put her on now and you wouldn't know that, you know, she was born in 1912, right? She was very progressive. She didn't get caught up in all those, in the backwards thinking, or that where women are, you know, stuffed in and this is what you need to do, or you know, be this way, do that. Women can't do this, women can't do that, like that. As far as women's rights and all that.
Possibility. I just pulled that out. Well, I asked her, what was it like to be an undercover agent? Possibility. It's like, don't put any restrictions on yourself. Like, she got rejected from the Army and the Navy because she was too tall. She could have just left and been something else. But she knew she had a calling, and she didn't let it stop. So the possibility is there. You just, sometimes it's not in the road you think.
That's right.
Absolutely.
You gotta find it. It was a passion. She really liked, ooh, the moon card, illusion, delusion. She liked the secret and the undercover. Oh, that's exciting. How exciting.
Very exciting. So it's kind of like, you can find, she said you could find me cooking, but you wouldn't find me necessarily sitting there knitting or something like that. But cooking, yes. That would be pretty much the only role that you could see, you know, as a placed on a woman at that time.
Right.
That she was doing.
Yeah, she broke down barriers for sure.
That's what I was trying to get to, yeah.
And that's interesting. You put it like that, because I've just heard her say that I hit walls everywhere. Everything I tried to do, I hit a wall, but I just kept going. And I was afraid too. Like everything I did, it was scary. Mm. It was not like I just was just like jumped in with both feet. It was scary, but I did it anyway. I just did it. It's almost like the urge to do it was greater than her fear or hitting that wall. It's just like I kept going. I knew I needed to do it.
You know what she's showing me now is being like a bull and just going through and pushing through. Yeah. And if you didn't get it the first time, you step back and then you push again. And then she's showing that she did that, and she knew that she was opening doors for us as women to be able to come through and not, have it as hard as she did.
Right.
I mean, she made cooking shows a thing,
Right.
That I'm addicted to now.
Look at network is like the top rated network. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
right.
Exactly. Certainly onto it.
Yep.
I asked her what kind of person she was. Very pragmatic. So organized, methodical, practical, down to earth, which is what I'm feeling.
Thank you, Jay.
And that helped her. She didn't have wild dreams and no plan. She made a plan. When she wanted to be the writer, she studied and became, knocked down doors till she got hired. She got rejected from the Army and Navy. She kept going. So very practical with her plan. Knew what she wanted and had a plan. If this place doesn't take me, I'll go here. Then you know what I mean? And same with her cooking. She loved it. I mean, her husband introduced her to that sort of the fine cuisine. And then she decided, I'm going to learn this. Like she was very practical. She didn't say, I'm going to be one of the most famous chefs, women chefs in the world. I'm going to, have TV shows and books. She didn't start with that big, but she had a plan that she wanted to invest her time in this. That's a great lesson. Like, have a plan.
Yeah.
Right.
You may not know where the end goes, but have that beginning, and don't give up. Like you said, she hit walls, but she pushed through.
Right.
Yeah.
I asked her.
Go ahead.
I asked her about her husband. Oh, thank you, Deanne.
Thank you, Deanne.
I asked her if she, about her husband. Like, did you love, what? She's like, I loved my husband. He was a very good partner. Again, it's so very pragmatic. Like you said, I loved my husband. He was a very good partner. It wasn't like, it was something. She's like, she saw that good fit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Andrea. He was a very good partner.
Exactly. Very good partner. There's something I feel like I'm not getting it fully, but I feel like she's saying something like cooking, the act of cooking was kind of like, it was music to her. It was almost like music. I want to say, a symphony. She's saying it was like a symphony. And I was the director. I was the conductor. That's what she's trying to say. So it had to me, it's just like it flowed with her. It's like it was like creating magic in a way. But anyway, that's what she's saying.
I think she tapped into something bigger than herself.
Absolutely.
She's saying with that too, you guys, life is messy. Cooking, all that kind of probably came out in her cooking. I don't know. I have to say, I've never seen one of her cooking shows. But now I want to go back and research and see if I can find one. But she's like, life's messy. Get in it. Get in there.
It's okay.
Get in there and stir it around and get in there and mix
drop an egg on the floor. That's okay. If you get flour on your dress, that's okay.
See where it leads you. Yeah. She's very embrace your life type of thing. And it gets messy. Get in there. Get messy.
Right.
Yeah. Very interesting. I like her, you guys.
Well, it's interesting too that she'd say that she was afraid. She was everything she did. She was afraid, but she did it. She did it, and she did it anyway.
Yeah, that's through that fear.
Yeah.
I asked her what her relationship with cooking was like, it gave her clarity and abundance. And what I
like that you're using those cards.
No, I bought a vegetable deck or whatever. And it's perfect for her.
Perfect.
Like her third eye, clarity. This was something that really helped clear her mind. You know, maybe she got inspired from above with recipes, etc. And when she became this clear, you know, her authentic self, what she really wanted to do, abundance came. Like just, it falls on your lap when you're on the right path. Right? When you know what you want, when you project it, when you are it, when you love it, it's abundance. And that doesn't necessarily mean money. I mean, in her case, it did. But it's so fulfilling when you find what you love.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, so everyone get out there and figure out what you love to do.
Exactly.
Do you like to draw? Do you like to whistle? You know, you're the best whistler.
Do it. So Roxanne was asking if she still likes to cook over there. Well, that's a good question, Roxanne. When she came in, you know, she was wiping her hands off because she was cooking. And so, but she was, and I asked her the same thing, are you cooking over there? And she's like, I am creating. And I think she's creating. And so when she does come back, she's hoping it's in there. So
right.
So she is creating.
What a fascinating lady.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
I like her.
So she's practical. She has a sense of humor. She's down to earth. She's got a plan.
Right.
And she found what she loved. And it made her connect. So that's why she enjoyed her life, because she was connected.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
She was fulfilled. I like it. That's why we feel good right now, because we're feeling her fulfillment, her purpose.
And it's catching, right? Because when you see somebody and you know they're in their element and they're doing what they're supposed to do, it draws people in. They're attracted to it, right? Because you recognize that, oh, they're in flow. They're in the flow of their life. You recognize it.
Yeah.
And, you know, most networks probably wouldn't put a 6'2", 50-something-year-old woman cooking French, you know. Right. You know, usually what you see on TV is a bit different, but there was no denying, like you say, she was in her flow, and it was everyone watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's very, very interesting and very friendly spirit.
Very friendly. I really like her, you guys. I asked her, I said, do you have anything else you want to say? And she's like, get out there, ladies. Get out there and do what you want to do.
Absolutely.
Don't let anything stop you. I didn't.
Absolutely.
And I'm saying,
I was thinking, not to bring it back to myself, but I was 49 when I started this channel.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
So I thought you were like in your 30s. So
I am. Did I say 49? I meant 29. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, but it's true that you don't know when things are going to come to you in your life where you want to, you know, expand into something new and do it. Do it. You know, you just never know what will happen. You might get a nice little community out of it. Yeah. And make new friends.
New friends.
Well, good.
Well, that was wonderful.
Thank you, Debbie. Debbie says, we are all so gorgeous.
Well, thank you.
Well, she didn't say so. She said, all you ladies are gorgeous.
Oh.
I put the so in there.
Yay.
So
sweet.
So gorgeous.
That's sweet.
Thank you. Well, that was a fun read.
That was really fun.
Lisa says people are over 39 on this channel. Nope.
Oh, you're too kind. You're too kind.
No one is. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Julia. That was so awesome.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, thank you.
That was a good pick, Andrea.
Yes.
You thank Renee.
Yeah, Renee, thank you for that choice.
Renee. That's right. Renee.
Yeah.
All right. So Sacagawea, right? Sacagawea.
Yeah, you did.
Did I say it right?
I like spelled it out and put it like separate. So.
Right.
Sacagawea.
Sacagawea. Okay.
Sacagawea. I feel like the other night when I announced the name, someone wanted us to read on Friday night to read on her, and I said no, I wanted to do her tonight.
Oh, right. Mm-hmm.
And I must have destroyed the name because literally in the notes or whatever, and you can leave a message. She boom, boom, so I could say it right. So kind, so kind. All right. So we're gonna Sacagawea. See,
Sacagawea.
Sacagawea. I think I'm putting an extra.
I did hear an echo.
So, there you go. It was an echo.
Yeah, just a little one.
Okay. Anyways, she came on the scene. So she was born, it looks like, in 1812.
Wow. Okay.
December 20th, 1812. Wait. I might have that. Wait. Okay. So yeah, that's right. No, she died. She was born in 1788. That makes sense. Okay. She was born in May 1788. She died December 20th, 1812. Here's a mystery. Or she died April 9th, 1884. So she either died at 24 or 95. So this will be a good thing to maybe we'll ask, right? When did you die? So she either died in South Dakota or Wyoming. Isn't this interesting? This is Wikipedia, guys. Anyway, so she came on the scene around 16 or 19. No one really knows these ages. She had, at that time, a brand new baby son, and Lewis and Clark wanted her to go on this expedition with them to the West. It was uncharted, and she had been stolen from her tribe when she was younger, and that's how she knew how to survive, how to get there, and so forth, because of when she was stolen, she kept track. And so she was able to go back and show Lewis and Clark how to expedition thousands of miles from North Dakota to the Pacific Ocean.
Oh, wow.
And she was like that go-between when they, with the Native Americans. She offered that front of peace, that Lewis and Clark were coming in peace and just kind of navigating their way.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So very interesting. And she had this baby with her. And so I don't know much more. And this was new to me that there was possibly 2 different death dates and or places.
She was quite young. So I read that she was stolen when she was younger. Then she was sold to be a wife at 13.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh.
That would make sense that she had the baby when she was 16. She married a French fur trapper as well. Was that later? Everybody in the chat seems to know more about her.
She was sold to the fur trapper.
Oh, she was sold to the fur trapper. Okay.
As a wife.
So, but she wasn't with him when she left.
So then they needed Lewis and Clark needed someone to help them. And they asked for someone who could be like a translator and help guide them and stuff like that. So I guess she was allowed to go with them. And she went with a baby on her back.
Right.
Oh,
yeah, totally with the baby. Harriet Tubman was last week, and it's on Andrea's channel if you want to check that out. Someone was asking, what about Harriet Tubman?
Yes.
Yeah, that was
and
okay.
I believe it was Clark of Lewis and Clark adopted both of her children. She had a boy, and then eventually she had a girl. What I read, there wasn't really a record of the girl past 1, so maybe she didn't make it. But he adopted both of her children because her husband had also passed away, I guess. Whatever. He was quite a bit older than her. And what a story. So they must have really revered her. Like, think about this. You're a young woman with a baby, traveling with strangers, and you held your own, right? Like, the strength for her, they must have really respected, I would think.
Yeah. And so, Andrew, and when you were doing the studies on this, did you find these 2 different possibilities of death dates?
I
didn't read that part. Sorry.
I didn't.
I get the feeling she died young because she's saying it was a surprise. She thought she's saying she thought for sure she would die out, like in the wilderness. She died at home or in bed or something. But she's saying to me, it feels like I'm sick in bed. But she's saying like she was surprised she died that way because it was like. But to me, that it feels young. Though it doesn't feel like I lived this whole life. I feel like that was it.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw this second possibility, it didn't even make sense to me. I'm like, I thought,
I don't think that.
And here's the one little picture there she is pointing the way.
Okay.
With the baby on the back.
Yeah.
And she's saying, I talked for them. Translate, I guess. Translate for them. Translate. Okay.
Oh, thank you, Deanne. From my Ojibwe deceased grandmother, much love. Jesus is a true spirit. I love that. Yes. And thank you. That's sweet. Okay. I'm going to step in here now that we kind of. She has a sense of humor, you guys. She thinks we're funny. She thinks this is funny. She's like, when we're saying so, she's like, well, okay, kind of. You know what I mean? Like, in part, or that's kind of how it went. Like.
Right.
But yeah, I think that helped her a lot. When you were, if someone was being not smart or not doing the right thing or whatever, she kind of laughed. She thought she would laugh, and trying to understand somebody's ways, and she thought it was a little off. She would just kind of laugh. It wasn't very interesting to her, and the way like a lot of waste of time, a lot of waste of space. She said, watching people, the white man or whatever. She very interesting the way. She's just a lot of waste.
Right.
But I just like how she's laughing at us right now.
There's something about she's saying she had a real like a fear of the water. And like every time they went over water, it was so scary. I feel like somebody drowned like early, like a relative or something. Because I feel like it's like a fear, like every time we go over water, but then we'd make it, and it'd be like, oh my gosh, I guess, because it just feels like such relief. We got through the water, but there's something about the water. She did not like the water, or was scared of the water or something. There's something about it.
Oh yeah, like things being totally taken away from water. You know, Kim, I asked her about it further, and she's showing me a flood, something of a flood, like unexpected water, more than anything. So, but it's still
interesting. Yeah,
brought up those. She said she's showing me like flashing back to, like, literally the village being taken out by water, and they're just gone, right? So I'm seeing like a flash flood almost happen.
Right.
Like she was seeing it. So yeah. So because I'm like, where did that come from? And she's showing me this flash flood in this village being taken away.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, because it feels like, oh my gosh, we have to go over water again.
So yeah, I guess from that point on, I guess water would be, right?
Yeah.
Unpredictable, she said.
Well, another story where like she was afraid and she did it. She did it. She went ahead and did it. You know, these women, it's like their fear doesn't hold them back. I think that it's almost like it's been a theme today. It's like just do it anyway.
Do it.
Do what you want to do. Yeah. Don't let it.
You know, she's like, you think this is so hard. You know, like you're saying, wow, she did this big thing, and she's like, you think this is so hard. It wasn't harder than life, you know. Mm-hmm. Life was already, you know, it was no different. Why not? And I get to move on the land.
I asked her what it was like with Lewis and Clark, and I got the first two cards were the Death card and the Fool's Journey. So I think she knew that she may not come back. So then I just asked again to clarify, and this quest was her destiny, good or bad, whatever the outcome. So I think she knew.
Wow.
I just got the chills on that one.
Yeah.
And I feel like, now I have goosebumps. It's like she had been through so much already. You can just imagine that's sort of why she was fearless, because you can't take anything from her anymore. She's already been through a lot. And no matter what the outcome, she was up to the task. She knew this quest was part of her destiny. Either way, how it ended, it didn't matter in a sense, because she knew she had to do this.
Wow.
Which is why she would take her son, because she knew she wasn't going to be gone for just a day or two, right?
Yeah. So Adam found that indicates that she was on a boat that nearly capsized when a squall hit. Okay, so that might have been what I was seeing.
Yeah, that would absolutely be like yeah.
And he goes on. There's more to it. Capsized. When the squall hit it in Charbonneau, the navigator panicked. Sacagawea had the presence of mind to collect papers and books.
Wow.
I feel she was more mature, and she was smarter than those she was with, even at her young age.
Yeah. That's why she laughs at everybody. She thinks they're all dumb. She thinks everybody's dumb.
You're all dummies.
Dummies.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense, Melissa. Yeah, like they should have been able to read the weather better and all that stuff. And like,
right.
It's just like.
I feel like she was an old soul.
Oh, yeah. She must have. Yeah. She carried the spirits of somebody with her, ancestors of something. Definitely giving her that. You know, she liked she was drawn to one of the men more than, I'm not sure which one. He was willing to learn and change.
Oh.
And he changed his ways by her guidance, and she liked that. That meant respect between them. She said. So that built that respect between them, and she was drawn more towards him because he respected her. It was by action, she said. It wasn't just word of, like, you say something. She said it was by action, and that is where the trust and that respect came.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
She said, so I asked her, is that part, is there more to that message that you want to, tell us ladies? And she said, that to lead with, with action, not just words, of course. It will bring honor to you, and also honor to whatever the situation is. Lead with action, not just with words. That's how you pave the way of things. Yeah. Oh, Judith says she was closer to Clark.
Oh, the G is pronounced like a J, so it's Sacagawea. Sacagawea. Somebody just said that.
Sacagawea. Oh, interesting. Well, I mean, I looked it up on YouTube. Where you can look up how to say a word.
Sacagawea.
No,
I feel this just immense sense of respect that they had for her.
No caca, Marvita says.
Yeah, Sacagawea.
Okay. She was very noble, and I just like this old soul, and there was just this respect. Men in that position could have just treated her like garbage, and that didn't happen. Very respected. They could feel who she was. Do you know what I mean? Like her energy and the history, and the very calm and sure-footed. She wasn't like a silly little 18-year-old. Very mature, obviously, because what she'd been through, but I think she's an old soul too. It wasn't her first time around. I just feel really, I kind of overcome with it. Very powerful, but quiet about it. Like you said, she led by example. She didn't have to tell them she knew everything. She just showed them.
Right.
And she didn't, she just did it and didn't make a big deal. And then they're like, oh, we should do it her way. Yes.
Yeah. Well, of course, she'd be laughing at them because they were doing
it. Yeah.
Very noble, like regal energy. That's what I feel.
Diva says that she's on the US dollar coin. That's her.
Oh, really? US dollar coin.
Connie wants to know we're not saying it right. Connie, we're sorry. Tell us how we're saying it, how we should say it. We're not pronouncing it.
No. Well, I think that Kim said it right.
Okay. Yeah. Well, someone pronounced it wrong in the chat or something.
Oh, that's just me. I'm the one.
No,
Sacagawea is laughing at me too. She's going like this. I know. Oh, here we go. Here's a rare coin. I don't know if she's still on it, but yeah, here's 2000. Oh, what? My card is empty.
Ah.
Oh, wow. Huh. I don't think I've ever seen those before.
Me either. That one's worth $45,000. So if you have that one,
wow,
turn it in.
I was just getting the message, like, when you think you can't do it, think about what she did. Her life was not easy. The baby on her back, she ends up taking this tribe of or group of men across country or wherever they were going. I mean, without any modern convenience or anything, you know what I mean? Like, just, you can do it. You have no problems compared to that.
Right.
Right? Like, oh, I don't feel like getting up today. Really? She walked across the whole world with a baby on her back.
I was going to say, with a baby, I mean, it was just hard to take, like, Cassie to the grocery store, let alone back across the world with her.
The freaking nation, guys. We can get up in the morning, eh?
But on the flip side, it shows you the strength of a woman. So, you know, we can say, oh, I don't feel like it today, but we know when we have to harness it.
Yeah.
There's nothing stronger than a woman. Love you guys. Love men.
Thank you, Deanne. The statue that sits on top of the Capitol Hill is a Native woman wearing a headdress. Natives are in ceremony today praying for America. I have to check that out.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Women rock. Thank you, David.
Yeah, imagine if you were 18 and you had a baby on your back and this group of people come and take you away, this group of men who you don't know, who are a different culture, that you don't speak their language, and they want you to take them somewhere. Right. You don't have any idea what's going to happen to you, or, you know.
And having been mistreated so much by men in her life. It was just like another thing to, yeah, that's amazing.
Well, that's what I thought, Connie. Suzanne, I hear you. She's like, I even failed with cloth diapers. I know. I gave that a try too.
She's showing me Greta von.
Yeah.
She's showing me her. So there's something with her.
With who?
Greta Thunberg.
Thunberg.
The
environmentalist.
Yeah.
The activist.
That young girl that does that. So there's something about. So I don't know what she's trying to say, but she just showed me her.
Wonder if her daughter reincarnated.
Oh, could be some. Yeah, I mean, it could be something like that.
To save the globe. And
yeah, I was going to say there's something with about the environmental.
Thornburg,
she's showing me her.
Yeah. Interesting. Ooh, that's a good hit, Kim.
It is.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, though. What was it? Because I don't know what she's trying. But yeah, it's something about.
I was asking her just a few seconds ago if she came back, because I had a feeling she came back, right? But and then I got distracted.
How weird. Well, that would be weird. Yeah, Greta Thunberg. That's it. And that is weird, because she is one of those old soul people.
Oh yes,
that Greta Thunberg. She's so and she's so focused. you know,
she's
weird.
She's here to shine a light on things. So I asked what's the relationship between the two. I didn't ask if it was reincarnated or anything, but that female energy coming through to shine a light on what is needed and
showing us the way.
And showing us the way.
Like her, right?
There you go. That's it. Showing the way.
Interesting. And it's almost like that's the equivalent of her now. I feel like that's kind of what she's trying to, it's like that's her equivalent now, and she's showing us the way.
She's showing all of us the way instead of just a couple of
showing all the people
chills on that. Yeah, I got chills on that. That's weird.
So, this is like Joan of Arc we read on last week, who was also very young, 18, between 15 and 18, she had a tremendous, incredible life. This Sacagawea, sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, and Greta are also in that category, these young women, and don't discount the youth.
Right.
Exactly. Don't discount the youth.
Especially ones that are as tuned in as they are.
Show all the dumb people how to recycle.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, gosh. Oh, yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Wow. Showing us the way. Against tremendous odds.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Right.
A woman's voice.
Which makes sense. I really love doing this show.
I do too.
It's so fun.
It's like I just entered into this
energy.
She's like, just stop, you guys. Stop it and listen. Listen to the earth, like the sounds. It will speak to you. Yeah. It makes so much sense, you guys. And I'm sorry, I'm feeling really freaked out right now, but literally, this Greta thing and her, and she just had me enter into like this literal hug with the earth and wanting everyone to feel that. Don't you feel that, you guys? She's saying, don't you feel this? Don't you feel the earth? Interesting. Wow. All right. Next meditation, guys.
That's crazy. Yeah.
We're gonna hug the earth and just sit in there and listen. Listen to her. Listen to the sounds.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That's
well,
good.
3 amazing ladies, and and great messages too. Again, feel the fear, do it anyway. Don't let things stop you from doing what you want to do. And it doesn't matter what age you are too. I think that was the other thing. Here we have somebody that was so young doing this, and then somebody that was, that did their, the thing they're most known for when they're in their almost 50s.
In their 50s. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, that's amazing. So there you go. Now everybody go out and conquer the world right now.
Woo! Go.
You feel empowered? I do.
Exactly. Feel empowered. That's great. Well, good, ladies. So next week, we'll do it again.
Yes. We will. And I guess it's on my channel next week.
That's right.
All right.
Be on Debbie's channel next Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern. And with 3 more incredible women to read on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome.
And thank you, everyone, for coming in and hanging out with us and experiencing and we're all connected. All this energy, and so without you, I feel it's stronger connection with everybody here. So thanks for hanging out with us today.
Yeah, thank you. It was awesome.
And all of your good intel as well. And thank you, Adam, as well, for keeping us going here.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Mr. Adam.
And thank you, Kim and Debbie, for an awesome show.
Thank you guys. Well, thank you guys for coming on the channel and doing this, and we'll do it next weekend. So bye, everybody. Thank you for coming.
Happy Monday.
Bye. Happy Monday. Yes, happy Monday.